Hey, baby girl, how are you? A happy Sunday evening. I had to come and make a video because I wanted to share with you real quickly what God gave to me last night. I wanted to make it earlier, and I actually did make a video earlier, but I had to make a correction. I said something that was wrong, and I went and read the word, and I said, "Oh God, I need to change that." So I did make a video earlier, and as I thought about it before I posted it, I said, "You know what? Let me fix that because I don't want nobody, misinterpreting what I was trying to say." But anyway, to God be the glory. Today was my commencement ceremony. So I graduated today with DeVry University. Whoop, whoop. I got my business management with my focus in retail. And so finally got that done. And was just on the phone talking to family and friends. And I made the video, like I said, and then realized, you know what? I think I made a mistake. So here I am making one more video, and I'm trying to make it even shorter than what it was before. Okay, so here we go. Last night in prayer, I was in prayer for several hours. I don't think I went to bed until about 1:30 or so this morning because prayer was so good. My time with the Lord was so good. I didn't even want it to end, but in prayer, few important things came out, but the thing I wanted to share was this. As I was in prayer, God was showing me vessels, right? Like old timey vessels, like boats and, boat shaped vessels and, different type of vessels like they probably used back in the day, right? And he was showing me these vessels and how he was pouring. It was like he was pouring something. It could have been oil, water. It was just pouring something in all the vessels. And it was a lot of vessels, and it made me go back to, and this is where I had to make a correction, but it made me go back to the Bible where you remember there was a widow woman, you know, and her husband had just died, and anyway, as the story went, you know, she didn't have nothing but like a little bit of oil, whatever. So he was like, you know what, Prophet Elijah said, you know what, go borrow some vessels, right? Because in the Bible, in Kings, First and Second Kings, it was a couple of times where you saw this happening, where a woman, like the woman with the cake, had the son with the cake. He was like, "Go make me a cake," and she was like, "I ain't got enough. I really don't. I ain't lying." So I was just gonna make this cake and, feed me and my son, and we were gonna die. He was like, "You know what? Just do what I told you to do. Just make me a cake first, and then you're gonna make one for your son, and you can see how." God just let the her meal or whatever it was, the flour, what it never ran dry. He's like, until you gonna have it until the drought was over. So you ain't gonna die. Don't worry about it. And anyway, then there was this lady where her husband died, and she was like, "I ain't got nothing but a little bit of oil, whatever." Anyway, and remember, he said, "Go borrow a lot of vessels." He said, "Go borrow some. Go get as many as you can. Not a little bit." He was like, "A lot," right? Remember that? And as long as she had vessels, or she had oil was there to fill it up. And that's what God was kind of showing me, how it was a lot of vessels everywhere, and he was just filling them up. And so I began to praise God for what I was seeing. Now, I really wasn't understanding what I was seeing, but I was praising God for what I was seeing, because what I was seeing was really awesome. I was just seeing God fill up these vessels. And I'm like, "Oh my God, praise hallelujah." And so as I continued to pray and talk to God, I remember saying, I don't know why God put it on my heart, opening up the window of heaven and pouring out of there it was with that vessel and that pour, and it was just an emphasis on a pour. And I said, "That is crazy, God," because you know how we just don't talk about when you said in your word, he said, "Try me now and see." Won't I open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing? And I said, God, I think sometimes when we think about the windows of heaven, we think that, you know, it's this large room, and maybe it's just me, maybe it is just me, and it's like stuff jam packed full of blessings. It's just like, you know, pushing at the seams, about to bust at the seam. You know, it's like, and God opened up the window and everything just bloop, just something falls out. You know what I'm saying? Uh, anyway, that's how I be thinking sometimes. So I was thinking, like, I think sometimes we don't understand that you yourself strategically pick out what you're going to pour, and that room, that place, that storehouse, or whatever it is, whatever part of heaven God is pouring out a blessing from, that is strategic, right? And that God is, he does things decently in order. So you have to imagine wherever these blessings are stored, it is like in order. It is decent. It's in order. I begin to imagine what that looked like, right? And so it was just so crazy because I could see the hand of God with a very large picture. It was like I hate to say a picture because you can tell I'm country, but you know how you have a drink or something like lemonade or tea in this huge picture, and you're at a restaurant and somebody is pouring you out a drink, and I saw God with this very large picture, not a photo picture, but a picture, and he was pouring, and I said, God, we never knew. I never thought about the size of the vessel. First, I never thought about the pour, because he said, I'm going to open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing you won't have room enough to receive, right? And then you don't think about what kind of vessel is he using to pour? You know, like, what is he pouring out of? What does it look like? What is? And so I started to see the vessel was huge, and I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. So the question was posed, like, what's your capacity like? What is your overflow gonna look like? Because he said, I'm going to pour you out a blessing that you won't have room enough to receive it. And what he's pouring into you. And so everything was kind of tying in together with all these vessels, seeing all these vessels on the floor, filling up my room, and God opening up the windows of heaven and pouring me out a blessing out of this huge vessel. It was like the size of my refrigerator. It was huge, like, you know, and it's like, oh my God, that is huge. So it's like, and I said, God, you know, I would remember saying, God, I don't think we ever experienced the poor. I don't think we've ever experienced and I know some people live in overflow. It happens, but I'm telling you, it's a lot of people who walk with the Lord for a long time. You know, our family members, people that, you know, pastors, whatever, and people haven't really experienced the poor. Like God opening up the windows of heaven and pouring out a blessing that we don't have room enough to receive. We haven't really experienced the exceedingly abundantly, you know. And right now we're about to experience that. We're about to experience that pour. We're about to experience that overflow. We're about to experience it. And so God was trying to clean us up, our inside, our capacity, and stretch us. We can have room enough to receive a lot without it being blocked and hindered, or we can't take it, or whatever the case may be, because our mind ain't right, our mind ain't ready, our motives is wrong, all kind of stuff is going on. Like, he is really trying to get our capacity. I remember at the same time in prayer when we just kept capacity just coming to mind, and it kept showing me a building where it says capacity whatever. And I remember some, in my vision, it was an open vision saying we're at capacity. You can't come in. We're at capacity. It was just like a capacity thing. Like, what is your capacity? What is the capacity that you have to be able to hold? Like, what does that look like? What does that look like? And of course, I went into other things, and it was really about, you know, just things God wanna get us ready for, get us right for, prepare us for. It's just so much. I don't want to talk too much about it, but the big thing was just the pour. It's about to be a pour that's gonna happen, and it's gonna be so great. It's gonna be amazing. It's just my vocabulary can't even tell you how epic it's gonna be. So it's really about still a preparation time. Something broke loose. Something broke in the spirit. And I don't mean broken as something broken and need mending. No, something broke as far as a release is about to happen. And it's not about a portal being open. It's about the windows of heaven being open. And God himself is about to pour out a blessing. And I just want you to be ready for that, because it's happening. It's happening sooner than you think. And you can start seeing some changes in some people, changes in some attitudes, because it's about to be some role reversals. It's about to be some elevation. It's about to be some changes. And the devil is mad. Now, he can't stop you, but he can use people to come against you. And I don't want you to forfeit it. I don't want you to get scared about it, because the devil mad, he's scared, honey. So the only thing I can tell you is know that no weapon formed against you can prosper. And just know that, you're more than a conqueror. The Bible said to those that believe, you believe it. You're already an overcomer. Remember, God already made a way. You got nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. Say, God before you. Don't worry about it. You keep holding on, because it's coming. It's coming soon. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited for you and for everybody that this movement is going to affect, because it's happening, and it's happening really soon. So anyway, just get ready. Continue to work on your capacity. Continue to work on your mindset, on what you can believe God for. Dream big, okay? Think big, dream big, and know God ain't make no mistake when he picked you, okay? Where God is taking you, don't worry about it. I saw in the spirit where people was like, how she get that? Worried about, I'm not a name person. I wasn't a big name. God showed me in the spirit where people with big names were mad at me for getting positions and jobs that they thought that they were supposed to get or should have got because of their name. And they were famous, and don't nobody know who you are, how you get it. And God reiterated of how he qualifies who he calls. He know who he putting in place. So continue to congratulate the people that's in place right now, because you're going to pass them up. And you're going to come out of nowhere. You'll come from out of nowhere. And they going to get upset, because it's like, who are you? Who are you? But they forgot you was a child of God. And he knew what he was doing when he put you there. Which really brought me to another. I said I wasn't going to be long, but it really did. This taking me to another point. And then I promise I'm going to stop talking. So anyway, I was listening to a group of people talk about, and this was not some worldly type conversation. This was really a body where people was talking about, singleness, and it was just a topic on, you know, being single and what we're looking for, as women and men, and why it ain't happening yet. And it was the weirdest conversation to listen to. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna be done, and I hope this bless your soul. And maybe, and I know, you married or whatever, but maybe, hopefully, you can bless somebody else with this who's single and wondering. I hate conversations. I promise you, I hate conversations about being single. I hate singles ministries because they focus too much on um why you single. It's a crazy topic. And God told me a long time ago um that, and he's probably told a lot of people this. He said, I'm preparing you for somebody, right? Or he said, I'm preparing somebody for you, right? So you already know God got somebody great for you. And maybe God hadn't told you that, but if he ain't told you, I'm telling you, God is preparing somebody for you. Okay? And if God is preparing somebody for you, then that means he's got to prepare you for them. And the problem is that too many single folks are worried about where all the good men at. Don't worry about where they at. This is not a selection process where you want to choose. You don't want to choose. God is preparing somebody for you. Focus on getting you ready for who God prepared for you. Okay? Focus on change to meet the person where they are, so you can be a suitable fit for that person, because God is making that person a suitable fit for you. Okay? When how do I say this? When you start God is gonna send you somebody great. Imagine God has prepared somebody for you that's gonna be president. Are you ready to be the wife of are you ready to be a first lady? Not of a church, but of the United States. Are you ready for something like that? Or not? Are you ready to be a first lady of a church? What's your ministry about? How are you ready to raise up other women, godly women, and also are you ready? Are you ready for that seat? Not just that seat or that title, but are you ready for that kind of man that's gonna be in the public eye like that? And what are you ready for that lifestyle? Are you a praying woman? Are you praying for your husband? Are you ready for stuff like that? Are you ready? Are you jealous? Are you like, what's going on? Are you that territorial? Are you, whatever? What if God is going to introduce you to a producer and he's got to be on set and sites other places and you can't go? Are you ready for that kind of lifestyle? It's so much that, lawyers and what CEOs and all kind of stuff, but are you ready for that lifestyle? Are you ready for it? Are you ready? And if you're going to be honest, you ain't ready yet. So God got somebody great for you. He's got somebody phenomenal. He's got somebody that ain't even on your radar, that you didn't even know existed. You wasn't even thinking about this type of man. Yeah, you wanted somebody that was a CEO, but you had your eye on somebody, but that's not who God had for you. And you looking for somebody like that person, but that ain't who God got for you. Stop worrying about where the men at and what men are doing nowadays, and work on you. Because when it's time, he's gonna allow y'all to meet any old kind of way. I don't know how, but it's gonna happen. He gonna spot you and he's gonna go after you. And you ain't gotta worry about where all the good men in that and what I gotta do different and what I gotta take off of my checklist and stuff. Stop worrying about your list. God knows what you want and he definitely knows what you need. You gotta trust him. Trust him. Because in this season, God wants kingdom marriages. He wants us to be happy. So he just ain't trying to bless our pockets and our businesses and all kind of stuff like that, and we can't be fruitful and multiply. He said himself, it ain't good for man to be alone, but we lonely. That ain't God. He don't want that, you know. So God knows exactly who he has already ordained for you. Trust it. Trust that God knows, and he's got somebody wonderful. I threw my checklist away. I did. I threw it away. Because I did it to say I trust you, God. I did. You know what I need. You know what kind of man I need. You know I need somebody great. You know I need somebody I can respect. But I also know what I need to work on. And the other stuff that I don't know that I need to work on, I need you to do it. I need you to reveal it to me so I can begin to get these issues out of me. You know what I mean? Because I'm a territorial woman. I will tell you that right now. And for the man that God has for me, that may not work. You know, I can't act all hood and thug and stuff like that because who this woman hugging up on my man? You know, all this, you know what I'm saying? But he's in a seat to where that's what he do. I had to learn how to be a praying woman for my man. And my prayer life changed over the last few months because God is getting me ready. And he's making me understand in different ways how to not be as territorial, how to understand how he works, how my man has to be. You know what I'm saying? I have to, for what he's gonna be doing. I can't be sitting up here. Now I'm gonna protect him at all costs, but I can't hinder the flow either. So I have to cover him in prayer. And there's just things that I know, other things that I know that I have to do to get ready. I have to work on my own self-esteem. I have to work on my own, whatever, because who God got for me, I can't be comparing myself to other women and thinking, you know what God told me, and I'm going to share this with you and I'm going to shut up, I swear. I used to worry about, how there's some men of God out there that's saving themselves to marriage. Everybody ain't out there sleeping with everybody. And God said to me one day, if this man has been keeping himself for you and he ain't slept with nobody, he's been keeping himself pure for you all these months, years, whatever, and then he finally get with you, why would he start cheating? Why would he start sleeping with every woman he see now? That's the devil. It's the trick of the enemy. That man kept himself for you all this, and now all of a sudden he just footloose, fence free. That's the devil. But because of my past, because of the pain, because of stuff that's been done to me, I'm gonna assume, and again, it's something I used to tell women a long time ago. You know when you got a good thing and you don't want nobody else to know it. You don't want nobody else to know it. What kind of good thing it is, you know what I'm saying? So that's when you start, getting out of character and doing stuff that is really unbecoming, and a lot of men don't like, you know, when you suspicious and all this other good stuff, just because again it's just stuff that you need to be healed from. But anyway, I just wanted to drop that little nugget because again, let's not worry about where the men are, because we ain't worried about men. We worried about that one man that God has created for us, that he is changing, that he's getting ready. And if he's getting them ready, then he's getting us ready. And so do the work. Worry about doing the work and let God do the rest. He's going to get your husband to you. He's going to get you to your husband. Y'all are going to cross paths and he's going to know it's you. He's going to know it. And you going to know it too. You going to know it's him too. You know, men, you gonna see your wife. When you see her, you gonna know it. You know what I mean? And it ain't gonna be no doubt about it. So don't worry about where they at. Worry about getting yourself ready. So when it's time, you're gonna know it and you're gonna see them. We always talk about being hidden. God didn't let us be seen at work, or we were hidden in plain sight at work, at church, and all kind of stuff. And we got these gifts and talents and stuff, and God had us hidden for a time such as this, for whatever. And same thing with a relationship. He don't want you running through so many women, and he don't want you dating all these men and still getting tangled up in foolishness, and you gonna miss your man still trying to chase after somebody. Child, do the work. Let God clean you up, because he's already paired you with somebody. He's already set that person up for you, and that person is coming. So don't doubt it. Don't sit up here, and we ain't gotta talk about it no more. Trust it. That's it. Trust it. I don't even talk about relationships no more. I don't talk about ain't no good men, and also I don't talk about it, period. I don't word curse myself, and I don't talk about it, because at the end of the day I have learned to say I trust in Jesus. I trust in the Lord. I trust in his plan. He said his plan for me is good and not of evil. Okay, so I know he know what I need and he know what I like. And I'm not going to sit up here and have the devil trick me and act like it ain't going to come, or ain't no good men, ain't no good women, all the kind of crazy stuff. Girl, bye. I don't even talk about, I don't give the devil no opportunity in that conversation. I'm not gonna sit up here and cry about it. I ain't gonna make no wish lists and do all these rituals and foolishness. God has already made a plan. He already got it. He got you. Now do the work. Because you the one who's prolonging it. Do the work. Get cleaned up. Get ready for that relationship, because I promise you, as he's cleaning you up, he's cleaning that man up too. You never know. You somewhere in Michigan, and the man that God got for you is in Hawaii. And you might go over there on vacation and meet your husband, and he'll move back to the States, or you'll move over to Hawaii, whatever. So you just never know. It ain't everybody that God has for you is not going to be in your hometown. It's not going to be where you live. Stop going on the internet looking for folks and putting yourself out there and making people telling you got to put yourself out there. You got to do stuff. I ain't got to do nothing but get ready. That's it. I got to get ready. Because even if I put myself out there, I ain't ready. And you got to be honest with yourself. You ain't ready. Do the work. Do the work. That's it. I'm telling you. And I'm at peace with it. I am. I'm not lonely. I'm not unhappy or unfulfilled. I'm not sitting up here sad or feeling like I'm missing anything right now. I'm good, because I want to be the best version of me, and I want to get the best version of that person. I remember seeing on TV one time where somebody said, I got the best version of him. I think it was Steve Harvey's wife or somebody. And she was like, at this age, stage, whatever, that they got together. She said, I got the best version of him. Do you know there's versions of people that you ain't supposed to be with right now? Not that version. Maybe that's the person, but that ain't the version you supposed to be with. So God don't want, they ain't ready yet. They ain't ready for what you want. So you're not getting the best version of that person. So wait on the Lord. Be of good courage. Wait, I say on the Lord. I say it again. Wait on the Lord. It's going to happen. So anybody who's single out there, I promise you, God is not leaving you hanging. He really wants you to start paying attention to, you. So you can be the best version of you. So you can get rid of those negative attributes about you and pick up some really good ones to prepare you for the great man of God, and men for the great woman of God that he has for you. Because he don't want you to mess it up. He don't want you to lose it. He don't want you throwing around the divorce word and the breakup word and I don't need you and you can leave and he don't want you to have them types. No, this one is built to last, baby. Okay, so let God clean that up in you, so you can be the best version of yourself for that relationship, for that man, for that mission that God has y'all on together, for that life you're about to build and live together. Get yourself ready. Don't ever feel like I am ready. I'm good. No, that right there is already telling me you ain't good. It's always something that you can do better. It's always something that you can change. Don't ever be unteachable or feel like you're perfect, because nobody is perfect. And whatever baggage you got, go ahead and let God unpack it. Don't let this man have to do it. Don't let this woman have to do it. Okay? Go on and submit to the Lord and open your heart up and allow Him to heal you so you can be the best version of you. Okay? So anyway, I promised you that was all I was going to say, and I'm going to be done. But I hope it blessed you. I hope it made sense to you. And I'm just excited about what God is doing in our lives. And I can't wait to hear your testimonies and see how well you've been blessed and just what God is going to do. Because I'm telling you, what He's going to do is great. So I'm excited for us, and I love you. And as always, I'll talk to you later. Bye.